Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones a day trade setups for today. So yesterday being a public holiday, not much going on, and the big question at the moment is, do we have a wedge breakout and retest, or has it formed a channel, or stayed in the channel, should I rather say. But it is also distinct possibility that it is a bigger wedge as well. So looking at the 8 hour, we've got a crossover of the the oscillators. They are pointing to the downside. We've got a bit of a rejection going on right here. Let's get this right. There's our swing high there. And you can see that's exactly what price is respecting as we do this video this morning. As we start breaking down through the time frames, and you're going to see Friday's big down, bit of a profit-taking environment here. Look at the diversions here, pretty much a double bottom, ever so slightly lower than this previous low here in the last week. And look at the oscillators, what's going on here. So a little bit reluctant to be short at the moment, to be honest. If you look at what's going on the oscillators, also on the 8 hour, just pay attention to the 8 hour oscillators as well. We have bounced up a little bit and crossed over again, but I'm still very reluctant to be chasing shorts just yet. And that's specifically on the higher time frames. If we start dropping down to the hour, which is what we want to be paying attention to, distinct possibility that we are going to be moving to the downside. Now, in my experience, what happens with a public holiday, the low that gets formed, typically it's tested in the day, the following day, unless there's some huge lot of noise coming through. So if you just do that, you'll notice that that is the range that we're in. And typically when we're ranging, we should be sitting on the sidelines and not paying attention to this. So I just want to fine tune that one as well. There we go. Just that in. Right. So wedge or breakout and retest. That's pretty much what we should be aiming at. So this would be the breakout. You can see we broke above it, broke back down it, and now we've tested it this morning already in the Asian session. So is this going to hold? Are we looking for a move back down to 31,336? Are we looking to break through that level? If we do break through that level, then I'd be looking for a few shorts, but those shorts would be pretty much aiming for 200 odd points. So I just trade for the height of the range break to the downside. Let's just get onto the 15-minute because I think that's going to tell us exactly what we need to do. So price action here is after hours. It's holiday price action. Not really something you need to pay attention to, but the structure is paid attention to. So you need to keep that in the back of your mind. Stuck in amongst the moving averages at the moment. Look at the oscillators. Okay, so what you can see here is we've built a base yesterday and then going at the close a series of higher lows. Now this could be some kind of a wedge. We're coming down to close the gap and then we're looking for another move to the upside. So I'm reluctant to jump into this just yet. I think we wait for the US session. This area is going to be tested again in the US session. I'm pretty confident of that. We've got some gaps here. This is where the market closed on Friday. So whatever happens during the European session, you see we may just bounce around like we did on the DAX yesterday, and then come back and test this area. So until we break out of these highs and lows, I'm not really interested in this. So we start breaking below 31,336, then we should be looking for shorts. And we start breaking above 31,539. I'd want to see a move up to the trend line pretty much and then a pullback onto here. And that would give me the opportunity to buy, anticipating a break of the trend line, which should be pretty aggressive. So that's kind of the two scenarios that we're looking at right now. And as I said, I think the wise thing to do at the moment is wait for the US session. Don't try and jump into this on the European session. Way too much going on, and this is only a 200-point range. So until we break it, it's not gonna break your bank by waiting. Let me put it that way. So that's kind of my view at the moment. Don't really want to jump in long or short while we are trending sideways like this, it's just a recipe for disaster, because you're going to panic and doubt yourself, and more than likely your stops are going to get taken out as well. Okay, anyway, so that's kind of my view. Sit on hands until the US session, then pay attention to the upper and lower levels. Start dropping below this lower level, then you definitely have something more on the cards to the downside. And I'd be very skeptical of that as well, because there's just way too much support here. You can see possibility that you'll get to 31.80, and maybe if you're really lucky, or if there's a really strong catalyst for it, a move down to 31.054 and then 3100. So I'm very, very skeptical about that. I'd rather, to me, the stronger move would be a break of 31.539, retest of that, and then what we're looking for, that would sort of break the wedge, which means I'd start testing these highs here, and a logical target for that is going to be somewhere along the lines of this area here at 32.225. If that gets rejected, then you're looking for another leg down. Anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. Sit on hands until we get some decent structure, and I'm a little bit wary of any shorts because of what I've got to the left here. So any shorts that we do will be short scalps. They're not going to be held not really much longer than an hour, to be honest. Okay, anyway, that's it for me today. I hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.